Before this video starts, I'd like to say that the reading will include angst and mentions of death towards the end. So, if you're not comfortable with that, please click off of this video. If not, enjoy the reading. Letters to Nowhere by Ephemeral is Away. Dear Clay, it's been hard lately. I really miss you. I can't stop missing you. I would never stop missing you. And I know that that's bad, but it just hurts when you're not by my side anymore. But hey, guess what? We finally won the MCC, although it would have been better if you were there too. I would have loved to hear your laughs of complete joy and your celebratory shouts as you jump across your room. Sapnap seems to be doing fine. I wonder if he's hiding his hurt. I wish I could be that strong. Nick and I have been hanging out a lot recently, and I think that helps. It makes me feel less empty in a way. He picked up a lot from you. Oh yeah, Patches. She's staying with me now. I think Luca likes her. Your mom was courteous enough to hand her over to me. She misses you too. She meows a lot at night, wishing you'd come back home. It makes me cry, so I cuddle her. She makes it better. Your mom, she's an angel. She checks up on me every day, even if she's still also mourning. Also, bless your sister. Trista helps me get out of the house ever so often. That really brightens me up. You guys have the same laugh. I visit your grave every day. I hope you see me. Visit me in my dreams. Love, George. Dear Clay, Luca died. Please keep her safe in heaven. It's a bit funny. I have your cat and you have mine. I hope she keeps you company. I think Patches misses her. She keeps clawing at Luca's empty food bowl. It makes me unbearably sad. Yours truly, George. Dear Clay, your music video finally released. It's on the trending page and it's even the #2 song on Billboard. I'm very proud of you. Wish you were here to see it. The fans are trying to plan a memorial for you. I've decided to help. Maybe it will ease the pain a little. With regards, George. Dear Clay, you visited me in my dream last night. We were sitting on a beach, our feet getting splashed by waves. I just stared at you as you glared at the blazing sunset ahead. You didn't seem to notice my eyes. It was peaceful. It was silent. I wonder if you knew you were dead. With gratitude, George. Dear Clay, I was strolling around the S&P when I stumbled upon something. It was one of your builds. It was sad to look at because it was unfinished. I remember you telling me you were working on something. Was this it? It's beautiful. I sat and stared for a while, just silent. My viewers were worried, so I sucked up my tears and went on. Don't worry. I'll finish it because I know how important it was to you. Sincerely, George. Dear Clay, today was another hard day. I saw one of your old videos on my recommended, so I clicked on it. It happened to be one that I was in. I sounded so happy. I want to be happy again, but I don't think I ever will be. Not with you gone. When your voice came through my headphones, I gasped. It sounded like we were on a call together. And for a moment I thought you were still here. The feeling was warm, like on a hot summer's day. The warmth was temporary, yearning for you. George. Dear Clay, Nick moved away to go live with Carl. He said he can't stand the quiet. I guess he got used to living with you. I miss Nick already. However, it's for the best of him. Carl and Nick get along really well. I just hope he's happier there. It's sad here. I feel so alone. My beloved, George. Dear Clay, I've started to track how many people I've lost in the last month. The list is so long. Clay, Luca, Nick, Alex, Carl, Wilbur. Alex hasn't talked to anyone in ages. I just hope he's okay. Carl stopped streaming and hasn't been reaching out. I heard a rumor that he wasn't doing too well, but a rumor is just a rumor. Wilbur told me he was writing a song dedicated to you 4 weeks ago. Hasn't talked to anyone since. I just really wish everything would go back to normal. I wish you were here. George. Dear Clay, Wilbur released a song. It was beautiful. I can't stop playing it. Can you hear it? It was on the trending page right away. And guess what? Your song is #1 on Billboard, and right below it is Wilbur's song. The world is doing wonders. Truly, George. Dear Clay, today I was going through my room, cleaning and tidying stuff up. I didn't expect to find one of your hoodies. You must have left it behind. When I saw it, I laughed. You always used to say that you weren't forgetful, but here we are. I put it on. It was a bit oversized, but I love it. It smells like you. I don't know if I'll ever take it off, let alone wash it. I forgot to clean the rest of my room. I fell asleep shortly after putting it on. It was the best sleep I've ever had in a while. Yours always, George. It was another normal day for George. Wake up, eat, watch a movie, stream, then sleep. It repeated day by day, but today was a special day. Mail day. When he heard that familiar car noise, he rushed out of his house, slippers still on, and ran to the mailbox. He stuffed his whole arm in and scooped out a couple letters. Before he even closed the box, he began to shuffle through the letters one by one, till finally his eyes met an unknown letter. The address was identical to Clay's address. George studied it more. It was Clay's address. Shock ran through George. He had gotten a letter from Clay's house. Was it from Clay? George ran inside and stumbled into his kitchen. He grabbed the nearest knife and slashed the letter open. He began to read. Dear George, this is the new homeowner of Clay's house. I'm truly sorry for your loss, but can you please stop sending letters here? Our mailbox is piled with letters addressing Clay. My wife almost thought I was having an affair, and that Clay was my code name. That crazy woman. Anyways, I'm very sorry for your loss. Clay was grateful to have a friend or boyfriend like you. Sincerely, Rick. After reading that letter, George cried. It was the first time he had cried that week. It felt good to let it out. That was until the realization of it hit him. His lover was gone forever, and he could do nothing about it. The letter he once read was being soaked with his own tears. The fine printed ink was starting to smudge away and leak down the paper, leaving lines of black. His tight grip had started to wrinkle the paper, which left ugly creases everywhere. He placed the paper down and leaned against the counter. I can't take it anymore. George said aloud. He grabbed a pen and paper. Wiping his tears, he sat down and began to write one last letter. This letter took him a while to write. 3 days flew by. Tons of changes took place. He realized what was best for him. Carefully, George folded the letter and slid it into an envelope. He walked it outside, and with one last look, he placed it inside his mailbox and flipped the red flag up. He let out a short breath and walked away. "Rick, go get the mail!" Carol yelled from the kitchen. Rick huffed and got up off the couch. By the front door, he slipped on his sandals and strolled outside. The breeze felt very nice, despite the unbelievable heat. He opened the mailbox only to see one letter. He picked it up and walked back inside. His wife was waiting for him in the living room when he got back. She looked down at the letter in his hands. "Who's it from?" "Same guy as before." She frowned and took a seat. She patted the spot next to her so he would sit too. Rick sat down before opening the letter. They had no idea what this next letter would entail, or that it would be as heartbreaking as it was. As they read it, tears began to form as they began to pity a man named George. They had no idea who these people were, but after reading all of them, they learned a lot about treasuring what you have before it's gone. They learned how to live life to the fullest. More importantly, they learned how to love each other more and appreciate what they had. The letter said, "Dear Clay, this is the last time I can write to you. I don't really know what to say. It's only been a month and a half with you gone, but it feels so much longer. I opened up a letter from your address the other day. I was expecting it to be from you, but I realized it was impossible. Turns out it's from the new house owners." Hence the first sentence of this letter. "Sadly, I can't write to you anymore. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I pass your house whenever I go anywhere. It's getting too much to handle. So I'm packing my stuff and I'm moving back to England. I can't be here anymore. There are too many sad memories here. Luckily, I won't be alone there. My family is waiting with open arms. I'm going to miss Florida, mostly having those sad memories everywhere. I'll miss the beaches, the weather, for the most part, the midnight car rides, the unexpected movie nights, Sunday fun days, your idiotic last-minute road trips, although they were always so fun, but mostly I'll miss you and your crazy family. I'll miss them all. I miss you. I wish you would have just come to my house that night. Why didn't you listen? You would still be here if you would have just listened. That is something I can never forgive you for. I know it wasn't your fault. It was the drunk driver that killed you. But I can't help but wish you would have just obeyed me. I'm sorry that I yelled at you that night. I had a bad feeling about you driving. I guess I was right. I still feel guilty. I feel like it was all me. I got you killed, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I will never stop blaming myself for your death. After our little argument, I forgot to say something. I hope you didn't die thinking I hated you, because in reality, I love you. I forgot to say it. I wish I would have said it. I'm the idiot, not you. I love you, Clay. I always will. I hope you know that. My flight leaves soon, so I better go. I have so much more I want to say, but until another time, I love you. Till we meet again, George.